Good morning and welcome to Trinity's Training Group. Question of the day. Today's question is brought to you by Chris Bedetto. Chris, I hope I'm saying your name right. Chris's question was, do we train dogs to heel two-sided? Chris, here at my kennel, generally as a rule of thumb, we do not do that. I mostly teach one-sided dogs. Just because that's kind of what my clients require. Most of the dogs I train are hunt test dogs or hunting dogs. I train quite a few hunting dogs. And, I can see the benefits of two-sided heeling. Even in a hunting situation, if you and a buddy are out hunting and, his dog only heels on the left and then you want to sit on the right end of the blind, you could have your dog sitting out on the dog porch on the right. I can see a benefit in that, but as for your question, when would I start teaching this? I would go ahead, like right now, we're going to finish Trinity up on the long lead this week, and we'll get that done. And then what I would do is I would go right back through my obedience program with her, teaching heel, and to come in to the right side, as I generally teach the left side first and only for 99% of the dogs here at the kennel. But it would go really quick. She would figure it out really quick, to come in to heel on the right side. And of course we've been doing lots of repetitions with her coming in to the left side. So what you might want to do there is just take an old air crate or something and put right here on your left side some sort of a barrier, and teach that dog to come to you. And exaggerate that step really big and really pull her around, and maybe take a couple steps back and then walk forward with her. And that's how I would teach it. Eventually you can move that barrier away, and when you work with her a few days on this right side, then incorporate some right and left heeling in, and the way she'll start to cue off of your hand with that rope. When you start to step around and bring your left hand, she'll come into the left side or she'll come into the right side. Some guys like to use a different cue for heeling on the right. If the dog's primary side is the left, they'll say they'll say right or heel over or whatever. But I try not to mix a dog up and do a bunch of extra things. I try to keep it real simple. Dogs are very simple-minded animals, and I assure you, I've taught them two-sided before with this piggin string, and you have to be sure and flip your piggin string over because you want the pressure on the correct side. Don't forget to do that. But they'll cue off of your hand and your body language. When you start on a blind, if your habit is to drop one shoulder the direction you're going to cast, I promise you, with enough repetition, when you put your hands up and maybe you step a little bit to one side or the other, the dog, they're going to read that. And it's the same thing on heeling. If you want to heel to the right, they're going to read that. Eventually, with enough repetition, you'll be able to just tell that dog heel. Put your hand down. You're not going to have to take the big step like we're doing with Trinity, just beginning out. Heel, and they'll come right to that. So I do appreciate your question, and again, I want to thank everybody that has come into our group this week. We're up to 350 members now, and we're fixing to give away a piggin string. So you guys stay tuned. We're going to go get Trinity and get her going.